Let's rock and roll, man. Hey, everybody! This is Ben Littlefield. I am here on behalf of my business partner, Dr. Dan, who was actually having some technical trouble there, trying to get in. So we'll wait to hear from him in just a minute. But man, we didn't want to wait any longer to get started today because we've got a lot to go over, and we're really excited. I do want to give a quick shout out to all of our partners and friends who have invited you. A lot of you have been invited from some of our close friends. And so we're really excited to have you in here, and I'm sure you're excited to be there. So hopefully Dr. Dan figures out how to get in here in a second. But I'm pretty much ready to go. So let me know if you can see the screen and hear me all right. Just put in a little one or yes or heck yeah in the chat there so I know you can hear me all right. And yeah, just let me know you got this, and I'm not just talking to myself today, so we can get going in just a second here. All right, good. I'm seeing some ones coming in. Okay, way to go. Awesome. Steve, welcome. Amy, good, nice. All right, cool. Yeah, feel free to put in where you're coming from there. Great. All right, one. Let's see. Yes. Okay, good. I'm sure you don't want to just hear me read off ones and yeses all day. So let me start diving into what we're all here to talk about. Okay, we're here to talk about this little thing called digital monopoly. Now, I want to kind of quickly ask if you have ever tried to rank simple websites and make money with that. If you've ever tried that, put in a one, a yes. Just want to kind of keep an eye on that and see who all's like kind of doing some stuff already, who's tried some stuff, and who's kind of new. Okay, cool. All right, I'll keep my eye on that. Now, here's what we're going to do today. Okay, it doesn't matter what level of experience you have or what level of jaded veteran status you might have. We're going to talk about ranking and banking simple sites fast. And in fact, we're going to show you real live case studies here. If that's cool with you, that's what we're going to spend our time doing. We're going to show you real life case studies and actual unblurred stuff so you can learn something today and take it and be able to use it any way you like what we talk about here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start diving in right now because I've got a lot I want to share with you. I want to really give you everything I got. You've come here, given your time today. I'm giving my time. We all want to have some fun and learn some things. So let's just dive right on in. No more delay on any of this stuff. So here we go. So if I were to show you how our students, now, big hype alert, by the way, but I'm going to back it up all the way. If I showed you how results like this pile of cash right here, these big checks, these big deals, if I were to show you how this was accomplished without stress, would that be cool with you? Just a yes, a no, whatever. Just put it in that chat box so I know that we're on the right page together today. Okay, yes. Hell yes. All right. I love it. I love the hell yes. All right. Heck yeah. Nice. I like that. I like that response there, Walter. I'm not sure I'll say that out loud, but that's awesome. All right. Now, since that's going to be cool with you, I'm going to tell you, you probably already kind of get it. I'm going to talk a little bit fast, and that's not because I'm trying to not be heard very well. It's because, man, I really want to show you everything we got, and I want to fill your day with a lot of knowledge. So we're going to turn it up to 11 and show you what real domination looks like and how that applies to you and what you're doing in your business, because we're going to talk about 3 very simple models to become what we call a digital monopoly mogul. It goes all the way from what we call the lazy approved model to the, some of you that have an existing business, and we'll talk about that in a moment, that you kind of just want to pour some rocket fuel on what you're already doing, to those of you who want to really explore some unique opportunities to do something interesting. So we're going to go through these 3 models today, and we're going to show you lots of stuff. Nice. All right, thanks, Walter. All right, so buckle in tight. Turn off the distractions as best you can. I know it's hard, but you're going to witness some really amazing stuff. We're going to show you real case studies you can model. We're going to show you what's working now, and here's what makes us a little different than other people. Is you're going to see real, live, unblurred examples and things that you can model. We're not going to blur anything. We're not going to hold anything back. If that's cool with you, that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully that's cool with you. Yeah, unless you prefer just everything to be like, just trust me. You can't verify this, but no, everything is verifiable. Everything is uncensored here with us. So we're going to help you get past sticking points, help you go big in our offer and promise. Well, guys, we're here to give our time and to share some really cool stuff. This is what we love to do, and we're going to deliver that. And obviously, yes, this is a webinar. We're going to have an opportunity for you to level up with us. But you know what? That's cool if that makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, awesome. We're still here to help you, to show you stuff, and to answer questions. We've got some awesome support people right here in our chat box with us right now who are happy to answer questions, and we even have plenty of dedicated time to full-on Q&A. So with that said, let's move in. So yeah, I see Walter says it got frozen. That happens to go too sometimes. If you need to log out, log back in, I do that, but it should probably fix itself pretty quick. All right, let's ask this question. When it comes to getting found online, what do you think is the biggest challenge? But feel free to put it in the chat box or just think about it, whatever you want to do. But as you do that, I want to really just fill you in on the reason. There is a reason that you're frustrated, that it is frustrating to get pages and assets or whatever it may be on top of Google. All right, and if any of this hits home, type in a 1, a yes, an amen, a hallelujah, a hell yes, whatever you like. But you know, it's time consuming. It's confusing. There's information overload when it comes to this stuff. You know, somebody says one thing one day, the next day that same person, you know, says something completely the opposite. But then you got Loch Ness Monster updates, which is a cute little term we just give to all these cute animal updates that Google calls pandas, penguins, polar bears, Loch Ness monsters, or whatever it is. You might figure something out, you get slapped. All right, these are all real. Yeah, too often, absolutely. So these are things that hold people back or cause lots of frustration. But let's pretend these are not a problem for you. You've figured all this out, right? Well, maybe this is a problem. Monetizing that. You can't just go to a bank really and say, hey, I'd like to deposit all these page one rankings. That's not going to, I mean, could you do that, Dan?
I've tried it. They just looked at me crazy and had their finger on that, that button to call the cops.
Right? Ultimately, you've got to have something you're selling or you're offering or a way to turn that into money. So that's a serious thing. When it comes down to it, I mean, nobody wants to be guessing, and nobody wants to look at this as just a bunch of damn busy work. Do you relate to any of this? Am I speaking the right language here? Yeah, okay, cool. Yes, we're all the same. Absolutely. It does suck. I hear you. Okay, good. Okay, now with all that said, will it help you to know, just a quick yes or no, will it help you to know there is a formulaic approach to all of this that we're going to talk about in great detail today that even my technically challenged 79-year-old father could do? Is that helpful? Yes, no, don't be shy. Okay, yes, good. And by the way, that's nothing against my father's age at all. He's always been technically challenged. So okay, so good. All right, we're good then. Now, like I said, we're gonna turn this up to 11. So look, we're just barely in right now, and I'm gonna go ahead rather than just continue and go on and on. How about I load up a case study right now? I want to load up a case study, put it in, and let you enjoy this case study. I'm going to show you how we are able to test and get quick ranking that gets us paid really fast. Do you guys want me to load that case study up right now? I mean, you want to see that? You want me to go? I mean, just or I can keep going with pleasantries for another 10 minutes if you want me to. Who wants me to load that up right now? Okay, yeah, do it already. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to get that loaded up. Dan, are we ready to load it up? Daryl says, load it up. Let's do it. All right, Dan, are you ready to load that up?
I am.
We're going to do a quick case study right now, something that we love to do to check rankings, to see if we can get it fast. And I'm going to go into this little tool right now inside here and show you what I'm going to do. First things first, let's pick a niche. I'm going to do tattoo removal. That's a great niche because it allows us to do a couple different things. We can do what we call the virtual vending machines, where we make affiliate profits, or we can do landlording, where I look at all these businesses here. There's plenty of businesses here in Seattle that I'm just checking right now. Plenty of businesses where I could lease this to them. You know that tattoo removal is anywhere between $500 and $2,000 per treatment. So knowing that it's somewhere in $500 to $2,000, let's just call it 1,000 right there, kind of in between. Knowing it's $1,000 per treatment, I mean, if I offered this to them for $5,000 for the entire year, okay, just under $500 a month, just a quick example, quick math, then they only need roughly 5 new customers to break even on that. 10 new customers, they have made a double their money return on this investment, right? So that's just some quick, easy math. So I've got a couple options, but like I said, I could also go the affiliate route where there's lots of really high converting offers like this laserless tattoo removal guide that pays 75% commission, roughly 20 plus dollars, $24, something like that, every time somebody buys it. So I can do this, and I'm talking about Seattle right now, but just imagine I could quickly replicate this all over the place and do it multiple cities. So I have options here either way, but here's a couple keywords I'm looking at. So like affordable tattoo removal, I'm looking for some high intent type things. Fast tattoo removal, okay, there we are right there. That's something I would go after. Maybe tattoo removal costs, quotes, experts, things like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and proceed with this and use the little love builder there. And I'm going to need a little local address. So I'm just going to grab the post office address, and I'm going to go into the love builder now, and we're going to spark some love right now. And you'll see exactly what I'm up to in just a second here. And using this tool, I'm going to answer a few quick questions, like put in my keywords I want to go after and some general information real quick, like call to action. I've already kind of pre-filled that out. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this and generate this this little bit of love right here. So let me show you what that looks like. So with what I just generated in a couple minutes there in the love builder, I was able to, into 2 clicks, move it into this Sparksio panel, and look, boom, it built a custom page for me right now. I can fully edit it, change up anything I need to. I'm just, for the sake of speed, I'm going to leave it kind of as is. I think okay, I located like one little thing here. I need to add a little bit of space to that. So I'm going to add some pixels there to make that, there we go, make that show up a little better. There we go. And I'm going to save this thing. I am going to do this little thing here. I'm going to add some quick little stuff there that I already had. I'm going to add this structured data, which is one of our little secret weapons here. I'm going to put that in there and save this, and let's publish this. I'm going to show you something really cool. I can publish this right here, but we're going to get into that later. Right now, I'm just going to export this to my computer. I'm going to save it as Affordable Tattoo Removal Seattle, and here we go. You might notice that I am here inside of Amazon S3, which is a very cheap service, and it's free for most folks' needs. Anyway, I don't need to get into all that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little something we refer to as Amazon Love. So I'm actually going to take that export file, I'm going to drop it in there, upload it. It's going to take a moment to do. As you see, it's already moving along. And let's see, we're over halfway, 80%. We are almost done. And you can see I got some other stuff in here in this folder. But yeah, there we go. So it is now uploaded. There you go. You can see Affordable Tattoo Removal in Seattle. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make that public. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We can see we are live now. All in, I've spent less than 10 minutes to prepare that using that simple love tool, we'd like to call it, and then exporting it and putting it in there. I mean, it took me less than 10 minutes so far, and I just alerted the search engines, letting Google know that it's there, and we'll see how much love we get. All right, I'm going to be real fast with this, and I want to check just a couple of these. It's only been a couple minutes since I published those, but I'm going to start with this fast tattoo removal Seattle. All right, I'm going to just do a quick check here. So I'm going to refresh this search and see if we got here. So let's see what we did. All right, I don't see it on page 1. Let's go and see, check page 2, because these things will climb. All right, there we go. Boom, we are on the money right now. And I can now see that I can win this pretty easily. I know that I can win it because this will climb. It'll jump around. That's kind of normal behavior. It'll jump around, go down, go up, but I can get that on top. I know I can. I know I can support that very easily. I'm going to check one more real fast, okay? Let's review this Affordable Tattoo Removal Seattle, okay? That's a really high intent keyword, all right? So there's the before. So let me go ahead and refresh this, and let's see, how'd we do? Oh, look at that. Boom, we're right there towards the bottom half of page 1, but we are on page 1 in the game right there playing. So there you go. I got a couple others I can check real quick, but man, this is only going to keep growing. I can now see that I'm getting spots right there on page one for high intent keywords and a high value niche that I can do lots of cool things with. And man, this is one way that we use to, in a matter of minutes, like under 10 minutes total, be able to quickly check and see the value of a keyword and how quickly we can win it. So there's how you get some love pretty fast. And if you think that's awesome, we're just getting started with what we're capable of. Wow, pretty cool, right, guys? Pretty cool. So I'm gonna come back in here and we're gonna show you like what happened a few hours later. So if you can see that, good. So a few hours later, by the way, so just not much longer after we did that, you know, we were able to see even more spots taken up. So we were able to start seeing some climbing. We see some dancing around, a little bit of all that stuff, but that took less than 10 minutes, and we were able to quickly, without guessing, without having to waste a bunch of time, see if we can go after a niche. And what I do next with this is I can now go and expand it. I can do all kinds of things. There's all kinds of ways that we can do this. And I can already kind of, I think I saw the question come in. Oh, well, yeah, but does that stick? Yes. That kind of thing does stick, and this is just one of the things that we like to do, and it's because we're kind of impatient. We want to just see. I don't want to have to like spend weeks on something. I want to spend minutes on something to see if it's now worth my time to spend a lot more time on it. But these do stick, and these do provide lots of value for us in many ways beyond just testing something. Yeah, I see. What Anna Maria is very impressive. Yeah, totally. And yes, Anna Maria, I can do that. I can direct it right to an Amazon offer, a ClickBank offer. I can do all kinds of things with this. Absolutely. That's a great question. We'll talk more about those strategies in a little bit, but it's so simple to do. Now, to kind of really take this to the next level so you can really understand what we're capable of here, I want to talk about the different paths that you can take this whole digital land rush idea, because I want you to think just about passive cash flow for a moment and think about some of the most traditional paths that have existed. All right, we've got vending machines, we've got real estate investing, that flipping properties, all that good stuff, or hanging out your sign, right? I mean, those are some pretty traditional paths for doing the different types of ways of getting passive cash flow. Now, the question I have for you is, what do all three of these in front of you right now have in common? What are they? And Michael, the answer is yes, by the way. Michael is asking, would this work in doing real estate? Absolutely. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. But what do these three paths have in common? And Michael, you already kind of said it. Yeah, they are all real estate, right? They're all real estate. Now, what's the name of the game in real estate, guys? But don't be shy. What is the name of the game? Three things. Come on, you've heard this before. You know this. You know the answer to this, right? You're gonna make me pry it out. Don't make me pry it out of you, because I will. All right, Greg, you said it. You're the first to say it. You are correct. It is location, location, location. And Greg, will you do me a favor and put your PayPal email in the chat box, since you got to it first? We're going to send you $20 right now. Yeah, we don't just talk about money. We actually give you money on these webinars. So yeah, that'll be a lesson to you guys for waiting too damn long to answer questions. Okay, so location, location, location. Now, if we understand that it's all about location, well, let's talk real estate, all right, from a traditional level. Okay, well, when it comes to this, what do you call it, Dan? The cash flow game. You buy a property, you maybe, let's call it $200,000. Let's keep math simple. You finance that. You're looking for a tenant. You're looking to maybe net, out of this example, $500 a month. Do that 10 times. You're hoping to create a cash flow of $5,000 a month like that. Alternatively, a vending machine. You might buy that vending machine for, I don't know, $10,000 if it's a really nice one, whatever. You find a good location to put it, keep it stocked, and you're going to earn a little bit of money, and you're going to do that multiple times, and that's a little bit, it's lower ticket, right? But you're going to just set those up. It's a little easier. Now, either way, I mean, these are some pretty traditional methods, and it all looks pretty easy, right? Right? I mean, it does look pretty easy, and it is attractive. The reason it's attractive is passive cash flow. But unfortunately, yeah, you saw this coming. It's not that easy. Now, Dan, you've had a lot of experience, or more than I have anyway. I've had very limited. I did like one house as a landlord, and I never, I gave up. But you want to tell people why physical real estate cannot be so awesome? While we think it's great, it has its purpose, but for the purpose of passive cash flow, it's not necessarily the easiest path, right?
Yeah, I mean, I jumped on that train, many years ago, and got jumped into that. But man, I nobody ever talked about the high risk in there. I mean, because the whole plan is to have a positive cash flows, which basically just means, like Ben explained, that you're hoping that your mortgage is less than what you can collect in rent from a tenant. But even if you have a $500 to $1,000, a positive cash flow from that, meaning that you have a profit coming in every month, that's not including, if things break, your water heater breaks or the pool breaks or cracks or the foundation or the roof. I mean, any of those things will add up. Your dishwasher, the refrigerator. I mean, heck, my last house, the refrigerator broke and it was like $5,000 just to repair it. I mean, that is insane. So, I mean, yeah, that could wipe you out right there. That doesn't even include if a tenant stops paying you, because I had a tenant stop paying me because they lost their job and I couldn't get them out. Here in California, it's really tough. I had to take them to court a few times and then finally get them out. You had to do all the paperwork or you had to hire a lawyer. So that all cuts into your money right there. And then back in 2008, if anybody remembers, man, the market like went down 80% here in California. It might have even been more than that. All of a sudden, a $600,000, $800,000 house was only worth 150 grand, which means you couldn't sell it and you couldn't rent it out for what your mortgage was anymore. And all of a sudden, the banks are yelling for their money and you're just like, what the heck? So if you let any of those go into foreclosure, or if you had a short sale or anything like that, it can take 10 years to repair your credit until it turns around again. I mean, a minimum of 8 to 10 years. How insane is that? That sucks.
Yeah, so when you look at that, I mean, there is a reason people are attracted to this kind of model, and the attraction is that we all want passive income. I mean, let's not lie, we all want that. Who doesn't want that? I mean, please tell tell us. I hate passive income, right? Of course, we all want it, and it makes sense on paper. And there are good reasons to invest in real estate. So don't get me wrong. I know people that I respect greatly who do awesome in real estate. But I look at upside versus downside when I look at these things. I'm like, well, there's other ways of creating passive cash flow, and that way I like, and what we're going to talk about is digital real estate. Okay, very similar. It's actually very similar. You pick a niche and territory, all right? You claim it, and the way to claim it is basically getting a domain name that costs less than $10. That's really my big risk there. Spend a couple hours of my time to create that out of thin air, get results, rank it, monetize it any way I like. I could treat it like a virtual vending machine and collect $20 to $50 a month on that. I could just keep building those, add to my portfolio, or I can rent it like a landlord, like a digital landlord, to a party that would benefit from it for $500 to $1,000 a month. I do that, just that alone 10 times over. Well, I'm making more cash flow, or just as much as I would have on the physical side. But what's my downside here? Really, what's my downside here? Some of my time and $10 per domain. But if I tried to like take a flag and stake a claim physically, Dan, if I went up to your neighborhood and I went to one of your neighbors' houses, like, I really like this place, I'm planting my flag, what would happen? I'd probably get arrested, wouldn't I?
They would call security. They would hit you with golf balls. They would put their attack dogs on you.
Exactly. So, we can't do that in the physical world, but we can do that digitally all day long. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do with you today. So you're probably asking, does that actually work? Can you really be successful with this? Well, let me answer that with this right here. This is something that's been around not too long. All right. This is in the cosmetic surgery niche. And we have a lot of cities that we take over and a lot of territories so we kind of look at this aggregate effect. But just this right here, let's just look at it from a landlording standpoint, okay? Because we could also do affiliate offers. There's lots of stuff there we'll be happy to talk more about. But let's just look at it from just a simple standpoint as a landlord. Okay, if I told you that this right here has over 100 different keyword combinations like this, okay? where we've got high buyer intent type search terms that were taking up 30 to 50% plus of pages in Google, not just one little spot. We're saying we're taking over like almost entire pages. We're owning Google, okay? And we have this. And knowing that, liposuction is, $5,000 to $10,000, for that, that's a high ticket item. Knowing that, okay, let's just pretend I magically waved a wand, picked somebody here who's here right now, and said, I'm going to hand the keys to you of this. This is yours. I'm going to sign over the domain. I'm going to sign over all the assets attached to it. Everything is yours. The question is, would you be able to get paid for that? Would you be able to make some money from hundreds of keywords like this that are taking up a high ticket niche and dominating? Not just taking up one. Would you be, if I said, hey, this is yours? Yeah, Andrea, if I said, hey, I'm handing this to you, could you go get paid with that? Could you figure out a way to get paid? Yes. Okay. Yes, me. Yes, totally. You could. So hopefully that starts the answer of your question of, is this real? Does this work? Well, I think you already kind of know that, but you probably also want to know who you're talking to. So this is where I would insert the picture of me or Dan standing in front of someone else's cool car or house, and that'll, in order to convince you, right? But no, let's be serious though for a second, because we do own serious businesses and we do enjoy a lot of things. For us, the biggest luxury and the measure of our success has always been about our time. It's about our experience with our family, with our life, being able to do what we want, having choices to be able to do what we want to be doing when we were going to do it. So only reason I'm even bringing this up is I think you deserve to understand when we're teaching something what our philosophy is behind how we have built these models in this business to support the lifestyle we choose to live. Both Dan and I, they're both of our families, and there's us with all of our friends. We really enjoy being able to do the things we want to do. Dan gets to go to the beach whenever he wants. I actually just moved here to Vancouver, and I get to go to the colder beach. But we get to enjoy these things and go on vacations and do interesting things and hang out and choose the people we do business with and we're friends with, and it's just great. So and that's not to brag, that's literally just to understand, so you can understand that this is where we're coming from when we are talking about how we approach our business. And so you deserve to know that. And you also should know it's not that I'm sitting here saying, oh, we defy all like luxury items. No, that's not true. We're not sitting here in a hippie commune, not enjoying our stuff. Dan has a beautiful house there. I enjoy my stuff. We do that stuff, but really none of it matters to either of us without the time to enjoy it. Really, I'd take the time over the stuff all day long. But what really matters, what you really need to know, is we've been doing this for a long time. Since 1998, we've been doing this stuff, and we've seen a lot of things change and a lot of things evolve. And we've not only been doing it, but we've been teaching others to successfully do what we do. In other words, yes, we have real world experience, and you deserve to know that. You deserve to know who you're getting your information from, and hopefully that covers it enough. But more importantly, let's get back into you and what you're doing. I want to understand so that I can kind of custom craft, how the paths we go down today for the rest of this as we get into some more of these cases. What are you up to? Like, are you doing your own products? Are you e-commerce stuff? Are you doing SEO? Are you doing a little of everything? Are you new at this? Are you an old jaded veteran like me? Just to put it in there in the chat box so I can kind of get an understanding. Okay, I see. Okay, e-commerce. Okay, affiliates. Great. You're new at this. Bruce is new at this too. Okay, Bruce, you and Leah are both new at this. That's great. All right, affiliate. All right, I see another affiliate. Let's see, who is that? Okay, well, man, the name won't show. Okay, it's Andrea. Okay, cool. Let's see, high ticket vacation. Cool, that's awesome, Anna Maria. That's great. Okay, so we got lots of interesting things there. So good. I will be able to, so far from what I see, the models I'm going to show you and the cases I'm going to show you will apply. Okay, to what you're doing. I always look to see if like anybody's doing something like absolutely outrageous. Then I'm like, oh, I don't know. You might want to go ahead and save your time. But you're so far so good. Real estate lead gen. Lead gen is great. Michael, awesome. Velma's new at this. Great. That's perfect. Okay, great. All right. So you don't have to answer this in the chat box, but it's just something worth thinking about, because the whole reason we're here is I kind of brought it up. Like, what is this passive income? Well, you know, what it is to me, I already told you. It's about our time. It's about choices. It's about those kinds of things. So really just kind of let that be in your mind as we go through, because I want to explain the process we go through. Because one of the things that we are very adamant about is that we will work hard when we need to, but man, once we've kind of got something figured out, we want the freedom to be lazy. Not that we are lazy, we're not, we're by far from it, but we want the freedom to be lazy. You know, does that make sense? Dan, does that make sense? The freedom to be lazy? Okay,
I
cool.
usually just say I'm lazy.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go through the simple process, because we don't overcomplicate things. That's kind of our thing. We want things to be as easy as possible. And while we're talking about technical things, we are not the most technical people in the world. We're just resourceful people. So let me show you this example right here. Okay, let's talk about solar power. Great niche, has lots of opportunity in lots of different places for lead gen, for local landlording, for offering as a service, for, you know, there's lots of CPA, cost per action, affiliate offers, even affiliate products. I mean, lots of opportunity in the solar power niche. Now, if like look at this and just imagine you had 10 cities like this, like you were just had this huge aggregate effect. Each one had 50 plus different keywords, taking up half the pages, all this good stuff for high intent type keywords like these. And you were able to, and you have this, well, how would you monetize that? How would you make money from that? I mean, I know you've already said like, hey, I could totally make money from that, but I'm asking how. How would you make money from that? Okay, sell it to local business. Yep, that's definitely one of the best ways to do it. That's one of our favorite things. That's one of our bread and butters. Yeah, I already said, yeah, affiliate marketing, totally. Well, I'm gonna show you three paths. Three paths of what we call putting rank in the bank. Okay, number one, we have the thing we call digital billboards. We have virtual vending machines, and number three, the digital landlord, the rank and rent model. Now, I want to help you right now by figuring out which one is best for you, because I guarantee you, at least I would say a 99% rate, one of these is right for you. I mean, one of these is going to fit you best. Now, let's figure that. Let's check digital billboard real quick. This is very simple. This is very basic. So digital billboard. Okay, do you already have a business that you are really fully involved in? All right, because I've been on these kinds of trainings like this right now, where I come on and then, you know, the whole premise of it is drop everything you're doing, quit everything you're doing, because forget all that hard work you've been doing and you're moving along, and do this instead. Well, you know, that's a little bit, you know, crazy for some people. For some people, it's like, well, maybe you do need to quit what you're doing because it ain't working. But, you know, if you got something that's already kind of working that you're really passionate about, well, the billboard is perfect for you, because this is for you if you already have something. You just lack that extra targeted traffic that would help you grow. All right, this works with what you are doing, and, you know, your own current digital properties you already have. And it doesn't matter if you're trying to grow your tribe. Maybe you've got a blog, you've got a podcast, you got something you're trying to grow, you have a service business, whatever that might be. The digital billboard approach and that whole path is the kind of strategy that would be for you. Okay, so if that's you, feel free to put it in the chat box. That's me. Okay, that's me. That's what I'm doing. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, I got two so far. All right, cool. Yeah, this is usually the one that doesn't have the highest number of people, but this is important because this is how you can use this method just to pour gasoline on what you're already doing. Okay, so let's talk about vending machines, because I'll tell you right now, this is probably the most popular form of marketing online, period. Okay, and this is one of the highest, the most desired, you know, forms of marketing, and this model is very popular for that. And what is it? Well, you know, some call it affiliate marketing or info product marketing. Though you can use all kinds of names like that. But I want to just really focus on this, because the vending machine, the reason we like to use the term virtual vending machine instead of calling it like, oh, being a content marketer, an info marketer, affiliate, you know, all these different things, is because so many people go too big, too deep, too long. They're doing things without any evidence. Okay, and let me really boil that down here, because it's really time to stop thinking about building a huge shopping mall around what you're trying to monetize. Let's just say you're doing affiliate marketing. It's ridiculous when all you need is a vending machine. You don't need to build a whole shopping mall. You just need to put your vending machine inside a shopping mall. Okay, and so that's why we kind of refer to this as the virtual vending machine method. Now, I can really take this a bigger picture, just staying on that solar power example right there. I mean, right here, I've got two different things that quickly came up, high converting offers. One is a product of how to build your own solar power system. I think, if I recall, it pays a 75% commission. So it's like $35 or something like that every time somebody buys it. Okay, that's great. I could do a few of those. But here's a really cool one, pays $50 for every lead that comes in just with a call tracking number. Very, very easy. I can set up in all these different cities, and just when they make a call and it's a qualified lead, boom, I get a commission. I get a $50 payday. So I can go either which way with the vending machine. This is totally vending machine friendly. Now let's have some fun with this, okay? Because I really want you to understand this model. Let's just say you put in 1 hour a day. You build one vending machine per day, and we're going to show you like the stuff we do doesn't take a lot of time. We've really figured this out. But let's say 30 days, 30 vending machines, $30 a month per vending machine. Yeah, that's it. Let me ask you real quick. Is anybody here going to like hit that $30 a month deal and retire? I mean, really, I mean, just be honest. Are you going to say, man, I've made it. I'm done. No, hell no, of course not. But you know, when you see this and you start really saying, okay, after a month or after a couple months or after a few months, whatever that may be, it becomes an exponential growth. You see that? You see where I'm going with that? Okay, cool. So you keep piling on this kind of revenue, and that's great. Now look at this. I mean, that comes out to $10,800 a year as you repeat that whole process. That's not too shabby. Now, when you look at that, well, man, how many will you build? How many will you build? I mean, if you have specific goals and things you want to attain, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe that's all you wanted. Maybe some people, that's it. That's great. But maybe you want to go bigger. Well, let's talk bigger. 3 a day. Okay, so you're spending a little more time, 3 hours a day, and after 30 days, you have 90 vending machines, $2,700 a month. Well, there you're at $32,400 a year with that. All right, using these simple numbers. Okay, I mean, because we're not looking at one of these types of properties to be like the thing that we retire on. But we look at this and like, man, if I can just go for just this aggregate effect and let them pile on top of one another, where at some point it just keeps going. Yeah, you go. I sure will. Yes. So what would you do with that extra? I mean, just think about it. I mean, maybe it's some extra security in certain times, right? Maybe it's paying something off, travel, college fund, mortgage, medical bills. I mean, who knows what that may be? Maybe you want to quit your job. Maybe you want to make it easy for your spouse to quit their job. Whatever that may be to you, that's your business. But this is one of the easiest ways to do it. Now, let me explain something though, because this is where there are diverging paths. Okay, because our virtual vending machine is right for you. The real answer to that is, well, if you like very low touch, meaning you don't really ever have to talk to anybody. You're just there in peace and quiet behind your computer, just building these, spending an hour here, an hour there, and it's very low touch. I mean, the only touch really you have is like going and putting your affiliate link in and setting up. I mean, it's low touch. You don't really have to talk to anybody or deal with anybody, and it's you want to make more money, you take up more footprints, you build more vending machines, right? So let me ask you, like, who here, who does this like really speak to? Like, just put me. That's me. That's me. I don't mind like spending a couple hours here, a couple hours. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind just churning these out because I definitely like the idea of just like sitting in my laptop, Netflix and chilling, not having to talk to anybody or deal with anybody. Me. Okay, there's a lot of me's there. Yeah, it's very popular. It's very popular. Cool. That's good. That's good. It's good to know who you are. Okay, now this is where we get some divergence a little bit. What if you want a bigger payoff, faster? You don't want to build it up $30 at a time, which, man, I love those little vending machines. They're great. But man, what if I just have a specific need that I need to meet like fast, and I want to do this faster and bigger? All right, do you want to see what that looks like? Yes. Nice. Okay, yes, yes, hell yes, show it. Yes, said Greg too. All right, cool. Well, let's do that. All right, so let's move into another niche real quick. Okay, let's look at orthodontics. Okay, cosmetic dentistry, big niche. All right, so here's one for Frisco. We've got these in so many different cities, big ones, middle-sized ones. So Frisco has about 200,000 people. It's where I used to live back in the day. It's in the Dallas area. But again, this one right here has, I think last we checked a couple weeks back, we were able to verify over 100 different keyword combinations that were taking up 3 or more spots on Google for high intent buyer type keywords, like somebody looking for a quote, a cost, an estimate, somebody looking for affordable, whatever, all those things that say, hey, I'm actually looking for this, looking to pay for this. So I'm going to ask you again, if I took this, like I just said, have over 100 different keyword combinations. All right, if I took this, knowing that braces cost like $5,000 or upwards of that, right? If I handed that to you, gave you the keys to this, would you be able to get paid? Would you be able to get paid? Yes or no? Absolutely, said Greg. Yes, and yes. Hell to the yeah, like that. Okay, good, good. Now, the next question is, how much would a business pay you for these kinds of results? How much would a business pay you for these kinds of results? Put just your best guess in the chat box right now. Whatever it is, you could say they pay me nothing for it. I mean, whatever you want to say. Okay, $3,000. Well, $3,000 for what? For just to buy it or to rent it? For me put $3,000 a month. Okay, that's damn hell yeah, that's awesome. I like the way you're thinking there. $1,500 a month. Totally. Okay, that's great. $500 a month. $300 a month. Okay, cool. These are all really good numbers, great numbers. Okay, I'm gonna try to answer you right here. Okay, how much? Well, let's just say, $5,600 for Donathan here. I want you to meet Donathan, by the way. Don is one of our favorite students. We showed you this picture early on. Don was, I think he was like kind of like a handyman. He did lots of carpet work and flooring work, and what did he say? He used to work on his knees all day, like knee pads all day.
Yeah,
right,
no,
Dan?
he called us. He was actually on with knee pads. He's like, and we could hear him like, stapling like floors down or whatever the heck they do. And he was just like sanding down and just be like, man, I really want to get out of this. Help me guys. Help me guys. I'll be one of your best students.
Yeah, and so he started doing this stuff, and the reason this is so meaningful to all of us here, and this is one of many, but the reason this one really touches me like in a special way, and that sounded really bad the way I just said that, but anyway, but this is really important to me because this was the moment he quit working on knee pads. And he took a picture of it, and he actually got paid by a check. And this was actually another type of contractor. It was I think swimming pool builders, and he did a very similar thing I just showed you an example of. And he went to them and he just made a deal. He basically made a deal saying, hey, you can pay me this per month. I forget exactly what the number was, like $650 or $700 a month, or he gave him a discount. Say if you pay me for the whole year, $5,600. And they wrote him a check. They did not pay him cash. They wrote him a check, but he was so excited about it, he went to the bank, cashed it, put it on his car seat, and took a picture and tagged it. It was just awesome. So that's the answer. Like, how much would business pay for it? But I'll get into a more systemic way of doing that. But really think about that for a second. All right, this is just very basic. Is business will pay, especially a business that has something to offer, that the ROI is a no-brainer. I mean, think about that example with the braces. If I sold that for $500 a month or $6,000 a year, whatever that was, in that $5,600 range right here we're talking about, if you sold that, I sold that, any of us did that, do they need to get 100 customers this month to get an ROI on that? Or would 5 customers for the year get an ROI on that, right? I mean, that's the deal. So I can make some quick money. They don't need to know. Nobody needs to know it only took you 2 hours to do this, right? So it's really easy to flip that. Now, really to understand this, and this is from us just working in lots of different things of what we can get fast. We obviously have plenty of examples where we're paid $5,000 or more per month on, but man, fast, like in terms of, I'm only spending two hours, work on this thing total. and get paid forever, business will pay upwards of $600 a month for those kinds of things. So really keeping the numbers simple, 10 tenants, $6,000 a month. That's $72,000 a year. Or you do like Don. So I don't want you to really look at that and say, oh, I got to go get 10 customers, 10 people paying me. Well, no, you can do like Don did and land one client or tenant per month that will pay you annually. And either way, 10 tenants acquired over a year is $72,000 in residual recurring income. Because I really want to stress, I'm going to ask you by stressing this, who owns this asset? Who owns this digital property? The client or you? Who owns this? Whose is this? Whose asset is this? Yes, exactly. It's yours. And you're the landlord. You're leasing out the results. You're leasing out, and this is something I learned a long time ago. Back in the day, I used to just run a traditional SEO business, and I got sick and tired, just like Dan did. Before we even knew each other, we were doing this. We both got sick and tired of doing great work for clients and then them firing us because we did such great work. And then we had to go start all over versus, well, what do they really want? They want the results. So we can just create the results and lease it to them. So win-win. I see a lot of you already said you do lead gen. So who wants to go even bigger than that? Like, that's not big enough. Well, you want to go bigger? You build and rent more digital properties like Edward. Edward, within 2 months of doing the stuff we showed him, went to $50K per month in recurring revenue on his way to $100K per month. I mean, that's pretty serious. I mean, that's like, he's not screwing around. He's like building up like an empire, right? So that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, you can go from one extreme to the other. But what I really want to get to is when it comes to pricing this stuff, we're not guessing. I want you to really understand that. One of the few things we love using the Google AdWords Keyword Planner tool for is to figure out what it's costing local businesses or any kind of business to be able to play in the pay-per-click game. So in that Frisco Braces example, I mean, I can look at this and just like kind of just pepper throughout the Frisco, Dallas, North Dallas area just to get a general idea of what businesses or especially cosmetic dentist type businesses are having to spend just to be on the board. And I can quickly extrapolate, oh, it's about $15 per click. And obviously nobody comes in and says, I just want to buy one click. In fact, I kind of put in my numbers there. Well, let's just, kind of look at this and say they're going to buy 200 clicks. All right, that's reasonable, and that's a fair estimate. So they'd be spending $3,000 a month just to be on the board, just to be in the game. That's $36,000 a year. So if I looked at that and I said, well, let's just give them a 75% discount for better traffic, that's a pretty easy ROI number to reach, knowing they can make money and they can save money all at once. So does that make sense? Am I making sense to you? Because I know sometimes when people throw numbers up like that, it's like doesn't make sense. So I'm basically saying, like right here, I don't have to guess about what I would charge for this. I can just look at this and work my way down to a no-brainer deal. I can pretty much make a no-brainer deal to get paid $750 a month for that without it being any kind of difficult, conversation, right? And with the full knowledge that this business will have an easy ROI because they don't need to get their phone ringing 100 times a day to justify this investment. Does that make sense, everybody? Cool. You want me to show you some more cool stuff? All right, let's do it. Now I'm going to ask you another question. Do you have 4 hours per week to spare? About 35 minutes a day. All right. If you do, pay close attention to this. Okay. Pay very close attention. If you were to put in 4 hours a week just on this model, okay, on this path, and you took 2 hours per asset, which honestly is slower than what is actually possible once you kind of see some more of the stuff I'm about to show you. But here's the important thing. All right, I've established like that orthodontics thing right there, right? Just in Frisco, a community with over 200,000 people dominating that thing. I've already established that an easy baseline of around $700 a month. Okay, that's a pretty simple baseline. I can go below that a little bit, above that, but that's a good baseline, right? But let's say you did something like that. I handed that to you and you undervalue it. You just like aim for the bottom and undervalue that thing. And you sell that to an orthodontist for $1,000. for the whole year. By the way, would you do that? If I handed that to you, would you go just give it away for $1,000 for the whole year? Would you do that? I mean, that's cool if you do. No way. All right. No. Somebody wrote all capitals like, no. Okay, good. Good. But let's just pretend that's cool. Let's pretend that no problem. I mean, what? It's only taking a couple of hours, right? It's only took you 2 hours. So what? Fine. You do 2 of those a week. I remember said 4 hours. You'd be getting $2,000 a week. Now, simple math, right? How much would you generate in recurring income in your first year? Really? How much would you do? How much would you generate in your first year? Well, 2 a week, 52 weeks in a year, putting in only 4 hours, doing it slow and steady, deeply undervaluing it, that comes out to $104,000 despite your best attempt at underselling it and not doing as much as you possibly could. But man, that's a pretty good failure, right? I mean, that's a pretty damn good failure. I'll fail into $104,000 a year income all day long, wouldn't you, Dan? Or Dan's too shocked to respond.
I was doing math in my head, and I'm like, how do I get that to over $1 million?
Yeah, but just remember, that's recurring annual revenue. So that's not too shabby, right? That's not too shabby. So now I've shown you these different models. And I've seen a lot of people, man, you guys are all about the vending machines. So we'll spend some time talking about those after we go through the rest of this. But which one makes sense to you right now? Now that I've kind of unpacked all the ideas, I already saw a few of you say, I've got my own thing to do. I'm much more likely to want to kind of just grow that, do this for myself, for my own, digital billboards. A lot of you were excited about the vending machines, and then I just unpacked this whole thing about going bigger. Now, just to remind you, the fundamental difference here between the vending machine and landlord, because I'm going to tell you that they're pretty much the exact same thing. They're just different monetization models. The fundamental difference is one means you don't ever have to talk to anybody. You just kind of just stay and you just kind of go and you build. The other one, I'm sorry to tell you, some people don't like doing this. You have to talk to people. You have to because that orthodontist is not going to fork over $6,000 to me from me just sending them an email and them hitting a PayPal button. I'm gonna have to probably talk to them at some point and collect that money, right? So that's a fundamental difference. So which path, knowing that, which path is right for you? They could all be right for you. They all very well could, because guess what? Here's the thing. They all require the exact same superpower. No matter which one of these paths, they all require the exact same recipe, the exact same formula. You can do it all. You can start with a vending machine and then flip that thing to a landlord deal if you want to. You can go the other way. You could do all this. I mean, this is one of the things we do all the time. So start with just ranking it and making a little money as a vending machine, and then, if I need the extra money, I'll go flip that thing for a bigger payday to a local business. I mean, I could do both. Does that make sense? You could just you could do both, right? You could do all of it, but it all requires the same superpower. So who wants to discuss that a little further? Okay, I thought you would. Okay, good. So let's talk about the unfair superpower right here. Okay, now I'm going to basically just lay out the entire blueprint. So if there are any screens you want to screenshot, this might be the one. And I'll tell you when I get to the last point on this one, so you can go ahead and take your screenshot, because this is essentially our entire checklist. Okay, I'm going to give it to you right now. So you pick a niche. You want to go for what we call the non-poodle fluffer niches. Okay, that's high value, easy ROI. Because even if I am doing vending machines, I always want to be in a niche that I have the opportunity to flip over if I want to. That's a recommendation. It's not a requirement. So, but I'm just saying, from a basic guideline, I always want to look for the high value, easy ROI, right? So avoid the poodle fluffers. Poodle fluffer is a term we gave a long time ago to the kinds of clients. Like I used to take, when I was new, I would take, my philosophy was anybody throws any money at me, I'm going to take them on. And I learned that there's this little subset of clients in niches that I call poodle fluffer niches that have very low ticket businesses. And those are the biggest nightmare clients to ever work with, and the biggest nightmare niches in general, because it required so much to be able to show any evidence that it's worth it, right? Like, for example, let's just say there is a real thing called a poodle fluffer. They have a comb, they fluff up poodle hair all day, and they do it for $10 a pop. And I want to charge them $500 a month. Well, they gotta fluff at least 50 extra poodles a month just to break even. Just to basically break even, right? They're not even breaking even on their time. Versus the orthodontist who gets one deal and that pays for 6 months, right? So that's a big fundamental difference, and that's why I say, high value, easy ROI. Now, you guys want to know the big three? If the three niche categories we stick in at least 90% of the time, maybe 95% of the time. Do you want to know what those three are? If you want to guess. I've already kind of shown them to you. Right? All right, I'll let you know. Home, medical, legal. Okay, these are the three categories. Home, those are contract type businesses, and those are niches in affiliate marketing type niches. Whether it's DIY stuff, right, or it's general home repair. All those kinds of niches are great. Okay, solar power, that fits in there, right? All those things at home. Medical, well, you saw a lot of the stuff. Cosmetic dentists, cosmetic surgeons. It can be chiropractors. It can be other types of specialists. It can even be acupuncturists and alternative type medicine. Those are great. Legal, that could be bankruptcy. That can be even, I kind of fit into legal, the finance and some of the real estate stuff. That could be in there. Real estate actually kind of fits into the home and legal, depending on what side of real estate you're doing. But that can be also personal injury law. It can be intellectual property. It can be all kinds of things. And all three of these categories are typically high ticket, high value, and all three of them have plenty of opportunities on both the local landlording side as well as affiliate marketing side. You even saw me do tattoo removal. I mean, we can argue with whether that fits in, what that fits into. Well, I kind of fit it into medical, alternative medical, right? It's like a wellness spa even goes into. So those are the three. If I stick in those three categories, I'm in pretty good shape. Does that make sense? Yep, credit repair fits in. I kind of lump that legal category into those financial things and bankruptcy and credit repair. Totally. Yeah, everyone needs, so exactly. So like we have a whole bunch of assets just in the bankruptcy niche, right? And some of those we're monetizing with credit repair type offers. Some of those we're literally leasing over to bankruptcy lawyers. So that niche right there gives us lots of freedom to monetize any way we want. So I'm just telling you, we've done this for 10 plus years, or hell, 15 plus years. I tell you right now, if you stick within these three niches or these niche categories, you're in good shape. Okay, there are plenty of other opportunities outside these, but we just know that, man, we have always done extremely well when we stayed focused in those. So there you go. Those are our three favorite categories. Now, after we pick the niche, we pick the keywords. We want to go for high intent and winnable. It's a combination of the two. We'll talk about that more if you want to. We're going to take that information. This is, by the way, this is in order of sequence. So really, this is not, we don't do this out of order. So once we kind of have these things down, we're going to gather content. This can be curated. This can be outsourced. And there's lots of ways to do it. We'll show you some tools that'll help you get it done as well. We're going to publish this, make this live. We say with Sparksio, because you saw us use that earlier, right? We're going to publish that. We're going to give it some love, like I showed you early on. We're going to rank it, we're going to bank it, and we're going to rock on. So go ahead. Here's where you want to take the screenshot. This is our checklist. It has been our checklist for years. It has been our bread and butter. It is how we have built a multi-seven-figure business. It's how our students have built up successful businesses using this checklist. So please take a screenshot. I'll give you 3 seconds to get it before I move on. All right, you guys got your screenshots? Good. Okay, we're moving on then. I still have some cool stuff you don't want to miss here. All right, so talking about keywords, I'm just going to be real quick here because this is important enough for us to talk about, and I want you to understand there's two things going on here. If I want you to look at the left column and the right column, okay, the big difference is the keywords you would want to pick are going to come out of the right column, not the left column. And it's not because we're wanting to go after just long tail keywords. No, it's because the left column, who the hell knows what that traffic is? There's nothing targeted about somebody just searching for Frisco solar power. Who knows what they're really looking, who knows? On the right side, however, we're still able to go after the keyword on the left, Frisco solar power, but by adding the word quotes, it not only makes it more winnable, sure, that's great, but the real thing is it makes it way more targeted. Somebody looking for a quote, somebody looking for installation, somebody looking for a cost, for affordable, that is a buyer. That's who I want to get to as fast as I possibly can. Because if I can get to that buyer right away, even if it's a lower volume number of traffic, that is traffic that's going to convert. That's traffic that I'm going to be able to make my vending machines bring in cash on. That's traffic that I'm going to be able to make those people paying me $500 to $1,000 a month extremely happy to pay it because they're getting a return, because they're getting those buyers. Those buyers are arriving. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Now, here's the anatomy of digital monopoly. This is what domination looks like. This is not a game we play where we're interested in just getting one position, okay? We're not interested in that. We're interested in dominating and owning everything. That's what we want to do. That's what gets you paid. What gets you paid is showing up so much that it is impossible not to get some targeted traffic from it. It is impossible not to be able to get that, right? So if you can do that, if I were to take this and hand this to you, I'm going to ask you again, I will keep asking this. If I took this, what you're looking at right in front of you, this asset that's got all these keywords, I put it in your hands, would you be able to get paid? At this point, after I've shown you what I've shown you, would you be able to get paid? Yes or no? Yes or no? Could you? Yes, no, maybe? Yes, of course you could. Yeah, nice. All right, good. Now, no one needs to know this only takes you a couple minutes to be able to have this kind of power, right? Nobody needs to know that, to go after all these different niches. Here's some examples of the legal niches. Here's one right here. Taking up 8 out of 10 spots, okay? Took under 90 minutes to do this, guys. Under 90 minutes to accomplish this. Over 100 different keywords on page 1. Most are taking up multiple spots. So way to monetize this. Well, I can lease this easily for $800 a month. I could do a vending machine and get paid per lead, paid per call. As an affiliate, $30 per call. There's plenty of offers I can do that with. So I can even start this by if I just built this, got it there, I'd probably start it by just dropping in that affiliate pay per call and just start getting paid on it. And then I could kind of put it in the back of my mind if I wanted to later lease it out for $800 a month. Great, I can do that. I have that option, right? So that's how we do this. Now, all that said, enough just showing pictures of cool stuff that I've already seen a bunch. You've already gone and verified it. So great, awesome. But who wants to see a real-time case study? We showed you that other case study earlier. Who wants to see something a little more extreme, really intense, like going after it, like insanity? You want to see us load up this other case study right now, where we're going to use this superpower we call Sparksio and rank. We're going to attempt to rank. You'll see if we do it or not in just a second. 3 high-value niche sites, and yes, you didn't misread that. 3 minutes. Anybody want to see a real-time case study? We'll load it up right now if you want to see it. Just let me hear it. Let me hear at least one hell yeah or heck yeah. That's if you're not willing to say that. Okay, got it. We got the hell yeah. Dan, are you ready to load this? Hell to the yeah, Anna Maria. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna let Dan load this up, and we're gonna go right now.
Perfect.
All right, we're gonna do a quick case study. We're gonna call this a 3 in 3 case study, and we're gonna use this unfair, special, super awesome advantage we call Sparksio. And here's what we're gonna attempt to do, Dan. We're gonna try to take 3 sites, 3 fresh, brand spanking new sites, and get them published and ranked in how many minutes? 3 minutes?
Man, that's crazy. I don't know if we can do it, man. I hope we can. Let's see.
Well, before we really dive right in, I want to explain why this is a special unfair advantage. It's because you look at this real quick. This is our sample test, test account here. but we've got a bunch of different sites here now, and you can kind of see what we're up to here already. But here, let me show you this one. We have this Bellingham orthodontics site right here, and this is a great niche because this works for local landlording, selling to local businesses, offering this as a service for them. And this also works, and we've done lots of interesting things in affiliate marketing with the cosmetic dentistry niche. There's CPA marketing where we can make affiliate earnings all day long with it. So this is great for what we call the vending machine method. We love this niche, but here, this is Bellingham Orthodontics, and we've got the site that we built, and it took very little time because we have all these great templates we can do. Everything is drag and drop, very easy to do. We can move things around, we can organize things, we can edit things any way we want. So there's lots of flexibility and lots of options here for us to do this. I mean, like if I wanted to change this text, I can put in whatever I wanted right here, very quickly, very easily. So I kind of got this really nice layout that I like. I think if I recall, yeah, there's like a 4-page site. So it's nothing huge, but it's nice. We got lots of little great content pieces in here, and this uses our kind of our magic sauce, we like to call it, but it's totally white hat. Google loves it. It sticks, it works, and we're going to demonstrate that. Now, I do want to stress something. We are going to use this unfair advantage that we have right here, that you're looking at right now, and we normally can expect to get fast rankings, but sometimes fast rankings means 3-4 days, and that's great. That's great, and that can be expected, and that's probably what we can safely say can be expected most of the time. We're going to put a little extra power to this and see if we can do it in 3 minutes, and hopefully we can. Hopefully we don't disappoint. So, but what's really the unfair thing here we're going to do is, as you already kind of saw, let me go back over here. We have this little button here that clones this. All right, so we already cloned it 3 times. You probably don't want to sit there and watch us like build from scratch. You saw how easy it is. But hey, that's the unfair thing. It's like we already got a niche that works. We're already doing well in it. We're going to clone that thing and take it to Albuquerque, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. These have not been officially published yet. And so we're going to go through these real quick and publish them. And then we're going to see if we can get some rankings on this. So here's the Philadelphia one. You can see it's pretty much identical. To spare you the boring stuff, because Dan, people don't like the boring stuff, do they?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. So to spare the boring stuff, we went ahead and just did the quick copy paste, find, replace, all that stuff, just to switch it out from Bellingham to Philadelphia in this one, right? So we just took care of that. That took, I think we spent about 5 minutes per site. We did that for Philadelphia, we did that for Albuquerque and Pittsburgh. We did it for all these. Okay, so Pittsburgh, Albuquerque, Philadelphia. So you can see this one is which one is this? Is Albuquerque. So yeah, it says Albuquerque in there, not Bellingham. So we went through and did all that, and we'll make a couple other fine-tuned things, but we're going to publish these, and we're going to see how we're doing. But now, before we do, I'm going to bring up Google. And before we officially hit that publish button, I'm gonna bring up Google and start looking. Dan, as I show people Google, will you, just so we're not like dragging this on, will you go ahead and start publishing the second I hit the start button over here?
Perfect.
I'm gonna pull up a timer here.
Yep.
Okay, so, all right, hang on just a second, let me bring up this timer. And let's see, here's the timer. Okay, I was trying to grab that over there. Here's the timer. We're gonna put it right over here. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here. All right, so we can see it. And as soon as I hit the start button, Dan, I want you to start putting these publicly published and getting them out there. And I'll walk through the other stuff as you do that in the background, so we can kind of synchronize this. Because man, we got 3 minutes, and I need to go through this. So all right. So are you ready for me to hit that start button?
Wait 1 second. Let me stretch my finger out a little bit.
All right, stretch that out.
It's ready.
All right, and go. All right, so real quick, I got to talk kind of fast here. So here's the keywords we're going to go after here. All right, so or we're just going to spot check these. Affordable braces quotes Philadelphia. That's one of them. As you can see right now, we are not there. Okay, we're also going to go after braces quotes Philadelphia. That's just something, it's a good spot check. It's high buyer intent keyword, and we're not there right now. And so we're going to see what we can do about that to change that. Braces quotes Albuquerque. Okay, that's another one, high buyer intent. We're not there right now, as you can see. We haven't published this, or Dan's in the process of publishing this and doing all that good stuff. Invisalign quotes Philadelphia. I'm going to move through this quickly, so sorry if it's a little choppy, but we're not there right now. Affordable braces quotes Albuquerque, another one. It says buyer intent, so we're going to see if we can get somewhere near the page on that in 3 minutes. Affordable Invisalign quotes Albuquerque. There's another one. We are not there right now, as you can see. Affordable braces quotes Pittsburgh. Not there right now, man. I've already eaten up a minute here while Dan's doing it. Braces quotes Pittsburgh. We're not there right now. I'm sorry if I'm going really fast, but I need to make sure we hit this deadline. Affordable Invisalign quotes. So this is Invisalign, big high ticket thing. All right, let's see. Invisalign expert Pittsburgh. Nowhere to be found right now. If I go to braces experts Pittsburgh, nowhere to be found right now. Dan, have you published these? Are we ready to go? Are we ready to
I'm on the last one. Hold on.
All right, do the last one. We're halfway through. You're done. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. All right, this is what we just looked at. Affordable braces quotes Philadelphia. We are not there. That's where we started. I'm going to refresh this. Come on, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And let's see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Number one, number two. All right, we got braces quotes Philadelphia. All right, remember we weren't there before. I'm going to refresh. Braces quotes Philadelphia. Boom. Number two, number three. Oh, man, I got to hurry. I got a minute. Braces quotes Albuquerque and refresh. Let's see. Did we get it? All right, look, that's number one, number two. Invisalign quotes Philadelphia. Refresh. And let's see, did we get it? I don't see it. Oh, there we go. Like towards the bottom of the page, we got it. Affordable braces quotes Albuquerque. Let's refresh it. And did I pass it or miss it? Or oh, look at that. Number one, number two. I just went right past it. Affordable Invisalign quotes Albuquerque. Refresh. And man, did I? Well, number one, number two, number three. Affordable braces quotes Pittsburgh. Man, I'm almost out of time. Let's refresh. Number one, number two, sweet. We're doing this, man. Braces quotes Pittsburgh. Refresh. Do you see it, Dan? Did I pass it? Man, I passed it again. There it is. Man, I'm running out of time. Affordable Invisalign quotes Pittsburgh. Refresh. And look at that. We got it. Number one, number two. We got a couple more to look at. Invisalign expert Pittsburgh. Refresh. And right there. Boom. Number two. Last one. Braces expert Pittsburgh, and we got it. Boom. Oh man. Okay. All right. 3 minutes and 2 seconds. All right, I'm stopping the clock right there. Look, we got these two right here. So, would you call it a success, even though I went over by 2.6 seconds?
Yeah. The fact that we had to zoom through like this too. Oh wow.
Yeah, I had to go pretty fast. Just to slow it down for a second, so we can really absorb what just happened. I'm going to bring up a couple of these. I'm going to bring up a couple of these searches again. So this is the braces quotes Philadelphia. Look, I mean, we got these two spots. Man, I'm going to open these new tabs.
That's
so I don't.
Number two and number three spots, right?
Number two. What did I say? Whatever I said.
Yep.
Yeah, we're right there at top. So there it is. I mean, that's the site we just published. So Dan, your finger stretching worked. We got it. We got it up. We got Google's attention, and I mean, that's pretty awesome. You know, I can let me bring up a couple others here. Let's look at this one here. This is braces quotes Albuquerque. Okay, you know, just so I can slow it down a little bit. Look, I mean, that's the number one spot and the number two spot.
First,
I mean, just
wow,
right here. Each one of these, I can probably, if I took just 5 minutes, I could probably find at least 30, 40 keyword combinations that we got that are high buyer intent. So I mean, that's money in the bank, isn't it? I mean, whether I'm just driving traffic for my own like vending machine stuff, you know, like like simple affiliate type things, or if I want to lease this to a client, I mean, I'm ready to start contacting local businesses if I want to lease this out. I mean, would you be comfortable with that too, Dan? I mean, at least 30 keywords on each one of these.
Yeah.
So right here, just at the local level, at the landlording level, I mean, these three sites combined, we could lease them each for like low side $500 a month a piece. We wanted to, and they probably each bring in some decent money as affiliates where we don't have to ever talk to anybody, especially when you look at the aggregate effect, because we can start doing this in more cities and take over all kinds of things. So we got lots of options, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, imagine if, you know, what we just did in 3 minutes, imagine what you could do if you took 3 hours or 3 days, even more.
And I want to stress, like this isn't something that we always can expect. I mean, we know that we can rank, and we know that normally we can do it pretty quickly, but to be safe, I'll tell you that just straight up, we usually don't put ourselves under the kind of pressure of 3 minutes. We just really wanted to push the envelope here. Normally we're looking at this like we're doing fast and we're doing happy at 3 days. right? I mean, so just want to like set the proper expectation that this is powerful, but you know, you never know. We still don't control Google yet. So, but we certainly know how to seduce Google, right?
Exactly.
So there you go. That's me slowing it down. You can see like number one, number two spots all over the place. So taking up more than one spot on all these things really fast. So that's the power of Sparksio, guys. There's no backlinks to any of these. There's no craziness. There's no black hat going on here. Just good old solid technology doing the work for us, doing the hard work for us in a white hat way that will work over and over again, that we can clone, that we can expand, and we can do all kinds of stuff. Pretty damn awesome, right?
I would say so, man. Big success.
All right. So there you have it. 3 and 3. Well, 3 and 302. I mean, I count that as 3 minutes, right? I mean, if you got to punish me for being 2.6 seconds over, well, damn, I did my best. So there you have it. That was awesome. So I got nothing else to add, but 3 and 3, we did it. Rock on. Pretty darn cool, right, guys? So I mean, it really is that easy. And when you really boil it down, I know that was gone through really fast, but we did that so you could kind of get a quick glimpse without us like spending too much time like going into every bit of minutia. We got a Q&A for that, but I really wanted to stress that when you dial it in and you kind of get these things fine-tuned and right. Remember, we said early on that we like the option to be lazy. Well, that's how we can do it. We can really kind of go through and do fast stuff like that. So was that pretty cool to see that? Yeah. All right. Good. I'm glad that was useful because I'm gonna bring it up to you right now that we do have some more cool stuff to show you, even how total newbies are able to use this kind of thing and use this model to get big results really fast in minutes, and more cases like that. So if you want to see that, that's awesome. We are going to show you more of that, but I'm going to ask you an important question first. Okay, I'm going to ask you an important question first. The question is this: you saw the models, you saw how they work, they work, that this is a very straightforward way of taking something from nothing and creating passive income from it. And we showed you different ways of doing that, different ways of using this one superpower to be able to do that. Now, with that, the question is, do you want that power? Do you want that superpower? Do you want to possess that power? I asked you earlier, showed you a bunch of these things, actually several times. If I handed this to you, put this in your hands, would you be able to get paid? And just unanimously, yes, resounding yes, I can get paid if I had that in my hands. Well, I'm offering to put that in your hands. Do you want that power in your hands? Yes. Okay, man, I see lots of, okay, hell yes. Okay, good. Because I'm going to bring back to this what we started with here. I want you to have the kind of power that we just demonstrated ourselves, but that are hundreds of thousands of students, all right, hundreds if not thousands of students, I should say, have been able to put in their hands and build real businesses with. All right, people like John, who's putting this to work and been landing high value passive income deals. Gordon, who now has much bigger confidence in going and closing deals because he's got results in hand. And now he knows he can monetize things without ever talking to anybody at all. Like Landre here, who's just doing this part-time and is making extra money from Jamaica. We got, Bill, who's going after legal niches and getting $5,000 recurring deals doing exactly this. Seth is taking it, gone door to door closing businesses. I mean, that's what he wants to do. We already talked about Edward. Noreen is going after legal clients doing this. Eric's doing a little of everything there, doing the vending machines, doing it all. But he's like, his biggest complaint is using this and like spending all his time like finding all the hundreds of keywords he's getting every time he's doing this. Mary was thrilled to have the superpower just to make that little extra money. That was all she wanted, was just to make a little extra money just to help augment her retirement. Now she's doing that. So I want to talk about your new superpower, because here's what it starts with. It starts with digital monopoly mastery, where you're going to learn how to pick the right niches in the exact keyword strategy, no guessing, and be able to dominate Google in as little as 60 minutes. All right, you're going to learn all the content creations shortcuts. No reason to do anything hard when we got the easy way to show you to do. Zero black hat stuff, by the way. We're not doing anything crazy. We're not doing anything that would cause us to have to go redo everything all over again. 100% safe. Like, guys, we said we're lazy, or we like to have the option be lazy. Therefore, I'm not looking at the most current black hat tactic that will be shut down next month, because that means I got to do the work all over again. I'm not interested in that. So you don't need to be a jaded SEO expert to do this. You'll be able to win in all the right niches. I'm going to say that, all the right niches. All right, I'm going to say that again, all the right niches. Please don't come in and join us here with what we're going to show you here, what we're going to make available to you to put this power in your hands with the intent of going into the wrong niches. Because we've had to say this, because we've had people come into our program and get really pissed off at us that they couldn't, rank illicit crazy niches, and they couldn't get it because Google doesn't like those niches. They don't like niches that are about loan sharking or some adult related businesses. I mean, hell, yeah. So anyway, all the right niches. I'll just leave it there. No guessing. Everything is over the shoulder. Everything is simple. You're gonna have the best up-to-date strategies to rank and bank, landlording, vending machines, billboards, all of it and more. We're going to make it really easy for you to do this. All right. And our membership for our Digital Monopoly Mastery Program is $499 per year. Okay. Very simple. And in that Digital Monopoly Mastery Program, in our membership, we have our secret stash, which also includes access to all kinds of specialized training and even apps. So that includes our video rank and bank method, where you'll learn how to take over multiple spots in Google with one video in a matter of seconds. You'll learn our Google Love method, where we take over an entire page of Google very quickly. You'll also get, at least a couple people want to do more of this kind of stuff. You'll also learn our pay-per-call landlord strategy, which is where you get paid to make a phone ring, basically. We'll show you how to do that and own that. You'll even be able to get access to the prospect rocker. If you want to do the landlording, one of the things you need to do is you need to hunt down prospects, send them emails, let them know what you got, and then close the deal. Well, we have the Prospect Rocker tool, which allows you just to quickly go in and find all these businesses in your niche, their email addresses, so you can start reaching out. We're going to give you the Keyword Finder tool. And these are web apps, by the way, where you're going to get all the help you need getting ideas for keywords. You're also going to get the Rockstar Video Cloner app, which is what allows us to take one video, multiply it many times, reuse it over and over and over again, and be able to put it on the same YouTube channel or multiple YouTube channels. We can keep doing it all day long with the Rockstar Video Cloner app. You're going to get access to also our special discounts to niche packs. We occasionally run special niche packs where you will be able to get everything copy paste easy for an entire niche and much more. And the value of that part of our membership is $2,000 at the lowest all day long. So right now, $2,499, $2,499 is the Digital Monopoly Mastery entire program value. But the real superpower you probably really fascinated with is Sparksio. That's the smart builder, designed and supported for one focus, and that's to build stunning money sites that get in front of targeted traffic fast and easy, because you want to build sites, rank sites, monetize sites, and scale your business. Sparksio is built specifically to build, to rank, to bank, all that. And the 100 site license for Sparksio, the value of that is $129 a month. So now we start adding this up. We're at $4,047. But guys, I'll explain why this is a great deal here, because you also want to probably, because we're going through every tool we've gone through today, the Love Machine, where I create instant pages right away, just answer a few easy questions, add my keywords, select a couple options, and boom, 5 minutes later, I've got a complete web property up and running, content and all. All I got to do is plug it right on in, use it for money sites, Amazon Love, extra ranking footprints, any way I like. Best part is these rapid love pages rank, and that's an add-on special that we have available for Sparksio. That's $15 a month. So we start adding this up. There you go, $4,227. And the next part of this is the Word Sparker content engine. I promise you, make content, it doesn't have to be hard, because if you need content that ranks, well, just like that Love Machine, you fill in a few blanks, and within 5 minutes or less, you'll have fresh, edible content You can use that for money sites, footprints, even blog post content, and more. You can also use this to create videos, yes, because if you can fill in a few blanks, WordSparker will do the rest, and that's $30 a month right there. So here we go. We've tallied this up, and it's not just to throw some shock at you. These are all what these tools actually sell for. We actually have people paying for these tools a la carte like this, and they are worth it, because if you really look at this and say, well, man, just at 100 sites, just saying each site was averaging what, $10 a month, right? Well, man, you are 10xing or coming close to 10xing your investment right there alone at $4,587. These are not made up. These are not a joke. But the real question is this, because we talked earlier, and a lot of you are interested in doing, or at least starting on this side of vending machines, right? Well, man, 100 sites, that just ain't gonna cut it. I mean, you're gonna want to probably go through those in your first 30, 40 days, maybe. So if that's the case, maybe you want 500 sites to get going. I mean, at less than $1 per month per site, that's a $5,000 value right there. And now we're up to 9,587. But man, at 500 sites, that's a ton of opportunity for you, and that's a no-brainer investment, obviously. But we're going to make it really easy for you. We're here to make this easy for you. We're here to really support you in this and not make a big, hard obstacle for you to crawl over to get this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get you instant access to Sparksio. You're going to get the full digital monopoly, everything that comes with it, the Love Machine, add-ons, the WordSparker access, and who wants at least 70% off right now? If you do, let me know, because we're gonna do you good. We're gonna do you good right now. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So here's what we're gonna do for fast action takers. I want you to pay attention. Like, when there will be a timer you'll see here in a moment that you need to pay attention to, because if you're a fast action taker, get in before the clock. We're going to 5x the sites, 500 sites, like we said, all today, just $997. That includes 1 full year of access to everything you see here, and you can keep rocking it after that all you want for just $99 a month after your first full year. You can choose to keep going. You don't have to choose to keep going. You don't know why you would choose otherwise, but man, we're making this super simple right now. You just got to pass go now. That link is dropping right now. You can see it. You can go to it. Go grab it while it's hot. All right, now here's the thing. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it right there right now with this beautiful man sitting in front of you and ask you, do you want more? Do you want more? All right, I'm giving you everything here. I mean, I have laid it out here. Do you want more? Yes or hell yes? Which is okay. You do. Here's what we're gonna do. If you are a fast action taker right now, we're gonna make it even more no-brainer. We're gonna make it brain dead easy for you to jump in right now. And if you do, we're going to upgrade you to unlimited builds. Unlimited builds. Build all you want. Don't even worry about it. Go crazy. Get paid and do it all. Make it happen. So we're going to take away any restriction for you to be able to go and build your business as big as you want to right now. So that's what we're going to do. And in fact, I want to tell you right now, the real investment you're making right now, because I'm going to take all the risk out of this for you. The real investment you're making right now is your time. The couple hours that you're going to put in to learn this, to put it to use, to make it happen, to prove to yourself that you can make it work. We're giving you, that's the only investment you're really making here. Because if it's not working for you and we can't help you, you try it, you're having trouble, and you reach out, we want to help. We're here to help, guys. We have a world-class help team. I will put ours up against anybody any day. I'm that proud of our help team. You come to us, say, I'm trying this. We can't even help you. Man, we're not going to keep your money. We're here to give you the tools and the resources and everything to succeed, not to just like put something out there and do nothing and not get anywhere. We're not going to keep your money. If you try this, we're not capable of helping you. Man, why would I keep your money? So the only real thing you're putting to risk is a few hours of your time. That's it. So take that out of the equation and do yourself a favor if this makes sense to you, and go past go now, right? Go do it. Go past go now, right away. All right, simple as that. Now, here's what all you're getting. You're getting all this just $997 today, and if you're fast enough to grab it, you're gonna get upgraded to an unlimited site build, upgrade. You're going to be able to do all you want, get full access. Everything you see here, I mean, really, we're making this as simple as possible. I don't know any way of making this easier for you to get in this and make it happen for you. So I'm ready to show you more cases, and we're ready to start answering some questions, because I know we had a lot of questions come in. We've been answering in the chat, but I know you probably have some more. So we'll go through some more examples, more cases, talk about more stuff, and answer all your questions right now. So I'm going to grab a drink of water while Dan queues up the first questions he sees coming in.
Yeah, perfect. All right, got a bunch of people saying they're in. Awesome, and congrats for getting in. Welcome to the Rockstar family. All right. Oh, here's a great question. We get this quite often. How soon can a newbie start making money with this? We've seen some students get paid in 24 hours or less. I mean, pretty darn fast. But again, it all depends on you. You know, as they say, average results will vary. But then again, who wants to be average, right? I know I don't. So it really just depends on how fast you jump in and go through the training. I mean, man, we've designed it to be really quick, so you could just jump in and devour the information in one day, in just a few hours. And obviously, we recommend going in and practicing it a little bit more, and just getting good at it, because we don't know your skill level, but we've seen total newbies because they had to get paid. I mean, heck, me and Ben had to stumble in the dark, and there wasn't any courses or training on the stuff that we had to learn how to do through trial and error. We had to stumble in the dark, in the snow, barefoot, 40 miles just one way with bears after us. It was crazy, right, Ben?
Yeah, it was exactly like that. Exactly the way you described it.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe not barefoot. We did have shoes, but the bears were there. All right. Let's see. How do I approach if I want to go after the clients? How do I find prospects, and how do I sell this? Well, the training, we actually have training inside the Digital Monopoly Academy. We have the training in there. It goes over everything. We even give you tools and software, which is awesome. So you get all that. You get everything that you need in order to just get out there and start making money with this. Let's see. Where do I get videos, or how do I make them? We actually give you some software in the training in Adobe Spark, or not Adobe Spark, in WordSparker, and we also have some training in there as well. Some other ways that you can do it for free as well. Can I have my VAs build sites or have access? Yes, you can. If we have, if you get flagged by the IP saying there's too many IPs, or something like that, just hit up rockstarhelp.com and we will make sure we whitelist them so you have no problems. Because we want you to succeed. So we want to give you every chance and every opportunity to succeed and not put any roadblocks in your way. How quick can I get on page one? Yeah, if you saw the demo, if you were watching the screen, you can see we did it in little 3 minutes, under 3 minutes. So, but then again, like Ben said, I mean, heck, there's been times that it took a whole day, a whole 24 hours. And I remember years ago, man, we were happy if we got first page in a week, in a month. So, a couple minutes is awesome when you can do that. What if I need more help? Well, we are inside and we are there for you. So we also have an awesome Rockstar community as well, with members in there, and we have our Rockstar support team as well. So we are there for every step of your way. Other countries, yes. Does it work in other countries? Yes, as long as they got Google or some search engine, they got internet. And I guess they also have to have offers that you can offer in those countries as well. So that'd be pretty important, or business owners or something, right? Let's see. How long do these results stick? Well, Ben mentioned, I mean, man, we've got assets out there and sites that have been ranking for over 8 years, for over 7 to 8 years, that we haven't even touched. And they're in very competitive markets. And we didn't even do, like maybe one, I don't know, we did like less than 10% of what we're teaching inside of Digital Monopoly. So in other words, man, you put that to good use, and you can see just with less effort, we were able to get results that stick and we never had to touch. Cost to maintain or other costs involved. I mean, heck, we have students that don't even own a domain or hosting. So there are many ways to do this. So if you follow our blueprint, I mean, it could be as little as $10 a year for one domain name, because you could even use subdomains, or you could use Sparksio as well for, for our hosting. But if, let's see, call tracking, yeah, if you're going to use call tracking, which we recommend and we do ourselves, I mean, you can get Twilio for as little as $1, a month. So it, doesn't really add up very, very big. I mean, we're not talking about starting a large company where you have to buy like a bunch of computers and a bunch of equipment and staff and all that other stuff, right?
Totally.
Let's see. What do I use for a local address on the site if I don't have a client yet? If you're using that strategy, we actually teach you how to do this. And just to let you know, we actually we'll look online for the local post office in that area. Not a PO box number, but the main address for the post office, and then we'll switch it out when we get a client if we're going the client method.
Yeah, I real quick, I saw a question here, and this is important to answer. And somebody was asking, well, how accessible is your help team and support, for this? And I mean, I'll tell you right now, we get tremendous feedback, and we got to give a round of applause to Chris and Shamara, who I know at least Chris is in here right now. But they do a great job. They manage the help team so well, and I don't think people wait longer than, on average, longer than a couple hours, which is unheard of. I mean, our tickets are answered very fast, at least in business, on business days. Maybe on Sunday at 2 a.m. you might not get a response real fast,
But don't be
but on
surprised if
business
you
days,
do.
yeah,
sometimes,
but
sometimes.
actually don't be surprised if you do though, because they really the team is really in it. Like our whole I guess company culture here it's about you. I mean, it really is. And I know that can be paid lip service, but come experience it for yourself and see. Don't just take my word for it. Come experience it for yourself. You'll see we really care, and we're not just in it just to kind of give you a quick answer. We're in it to help you get to what you want to achieve. That includes, like, digging in there and really helping you figure out, okay, if you're stuck on something, how to get you unstuck. So that's something we're really proud of, and we take a lot of pride in.
Yep, exactly. All right, where did I leave off on right here? But what about search volume? Or I just checked Google Keyword Tool Planner, and it shows not enough searches for that data. I'm really confused because I get different opinions from different people. To be honest, Google lies to you. Sort of, right? Because you got to remember, Google doesn't care about you using their tools for data unless you are paying for ads. They do not want you to use their data for organic searches. If it was up to them, they wouldn't even let you have rankings for organic searches, right? Because they want you to buy, their AdWords, right? They want you to buy their ads. So your clients don't need more than a few leads, if you're going the client method. And many times, they only need one or two clients, and it'll pay their entire year of your fee. And if you're going, any other strategy with the digital billboard or the vending machines or any of that, again, you don't need a lot of sales when they all add up. When you're targeting different cities, different areas, different niches, different keywords, it has a compounding effect. Like, if you had vending machines, like instead of just one like really busy area, like would you rather have a vending machine in one busy area, or would you rather have vending machines in some low traffic areas but in millions of spots in the world? Yeah, exactly. Those millions will add up. Let's see, keywords. Yep, just answered that. Um, Let's see. Do you ever guarantee the customer will get leads, or what if they ask? We never do that. We never make guarantees like that because it's like those billboards on the side of the road, those real billboards when you're driving, and people will spend as little. I mean, like I think the lowest I've heard is like $36,000 a year for a bad location to rent one of those billboards on the side of the road. And for $36,000 a year, they don't guarantee any leads. They don't guarantee any. All they guarantee is that a certain amount of cars will drive by your billboard, and hopefully they'll be dumb enough to pick up their phone and dial that number so they can crash into another car, right? Because they've taken their eyes off
The
the
best
road.
one, the best one I ever saw was some genius put a freaking QR code on their billboard. Like I'm gonna be driving by and like say, oh, let me get my phone out and like try to perfectly get that QR code.
Well, yeah, because you're supposed to drive by and zoom in on your phone and take that
Yeah,
photo. So later
exactly.
you could take your other phone and then scan that phone. Yeah, okay. Right? That is
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
pretty horrible.
It was anyway, sorry, got off track
Wow.
there.
Yeah. So besides that, besides billboards, I mean, you look at coupon books, mailers, those mailers they send out, all those things, they don't guarantee anything. So it doesn't matter. So usually I tell my clients that, look, I'll guarantee that you'll be accessible to billions of people on earth that have access to the internet. There you go. Do I need to
But,
buy?
but the
Okay.
big difference there, here's what's really important though, is that if you are doing, and that's a question I think somebody's asking specifically about landlording. If you are doing landlording, obviously you're going to get targeted traffic. It's not necessarily, you're not necessarily looking to get, you know, or you're not expecting to get 10,000 people a minute coming in there, right? But you are expecting to get the right targeted people. When they are there, they are there. They are going to find you. They're going to end up there, whether it's something that you're selling as an affiliate, or making money as an affiliate, or you're doing for someone else who's landlording it, right? What matters is you already have the results. Like so kind of bringing back that conversation, what's really important is you're not selling an empty promise. It's very clear what you have. It's very clear what it costs just for a business to spend the money to get that kind of visibility just by buying the clicks from Google. You're offering that to them at a great deal, and it's already demonstrable because in a couple hours or less, you can deliver those results. You can have those results in your hand, and that's ultimately what you're selling. Is you've got results like that they can immediately, like a turnkey results that they can take over and benefit from right away. So it's less of a matter of how many leads am I going to get versus, hey, these leads are guaranteed for you when somebody's looking for these things. When a really highly targeted potential buyer is looking, they're going to come across you. I can guarantee that. That's gold. So anyway, so there you go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, and I mean we explained this in that screen where Ben was showing the different keywords on one side versus the other. I mean, it's like playing the game Scrabble, right? If you're playing the game Scrabble and you get a certain amount of like names on your side or whatever, how many would you want? How many words would you want if you had a choice of grabbing as many as you want, right? I mean, yeah, you more is better because you have more, then you can come up with the words and win, right? And get more points and win. And it's the same thing with keywords. When people are targeting like very short, tail keywords that are non-specific and very general. Number one, you get crappy traffic. Number two, you won't rank for those longer tail keywords and also some of the short ones because you don't have as many words in your content. And that's what's so valuable. And this is all in the training. If this doesn't make sense, trust me, when you go into the training, it will. You'll be like, oh, that's why you teach us that. That makes sense. Which is great because Ben, like we pound our head into the wall when we get people that like argue with us in the beginning, like, well, that doesn't have enough keyword traffic, and I just went check to the AdWord tool, the keyword tool, Google, and it didn't have enough traffic. And yeah, in a way, it's a double-edged sword. In one way, we pound our heads into the wall trying to explain it to people. But on the other end, it's kind of like, I'm glad they don't get it, because then people that didn't go through our training would actually be doing it a lot more, and it'd be a little harder to actually rake. But it's not, because they still don't get it, which is awesome for us. So it's good for us that people don't get it without going through our training. All right. So won't this get, oh no, let's see. Do I need to buy one domain per site? You can, but you can also do subdomains. So you don't need to do that as well. So there's many different strategies, and you just choose which one you want to do. Won't this get saturated? Will too many people learn this and do this? Nope. I mean, heck, if you were just going over after the landlording, there's like 20,000 US cities just in the US alone, and even more when you break it down by communities, you know? And also, even if you're not doing landlording, there's millions of search terms and keyword combinations available. So, no, it will not get saturated, which is awesome for us. And let's be honest, most people are lazy in a bad way where they just won't do anything. So that's good for us as well. Where are these hosted? All of them are hosted on our Sparxios. When we're talking about the sites, the site builder, all are hosted on Sparxios super fast servers. We use private expansive servers and Cloudflare domain routing for geolocation and scattering, which is just fancy lingo for it's very technical and awesome.
Well, and more importantly, um, you can also choose to export these sites, put them anywhere you want. You can even FTP them directly to your own servers. Anything you want to do. We're not going to put any kind of restriction on you. If you want to have some hosted, right there in our servers, great. You can point right to them, no problem. If you want some of them, you want to pull them out and put them on Amazon, do Amazon Love, that's available to you. You can hit an export button and do that like you saw us do earlier. If you want to just directly hook into FTP to your own server, you might have your own like hosting service you're using. You want to do that, you can certainly do that. Like that is all available to you, because if it ever comes down to like you have an opportunity to flip a site, to sell it outright, and you need to be able to transfer ownership some way, that is possible. We hold no restrictions there for you. So we have amazing, powerful, fast servers to host your sites, but we don't restrict you from being able to put them wherever you want. They still have all the power that Sparxio has wherever you put them. So there you go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely important to mention as well. So we try to make it as easy as possible so you can just get out there and do what you do best. Let's see. There was a question a little earlier that said, if you create, I think it was Jack, if you create a site and get it ranked, could you or would you rent the location and then redirect it to the client's actual site when you get a client? I mean, you can do that. I know, Ben, you've messed around with that. I don't like doing that because I always want to control the asset fully, even though you still control it, but I still want to have the page because I don't want my clients messing anything up or let's be honest, most people's websites, client sites suck and their call to action sucks. And if they're not getting leads, they're going to blame you. And I want to take that out of their hands and have the best, shortest call to action. I mean, some sites, I've done events for realtors and mortgage brokers and many other industries. And I went through and I actually took some of their live sites and showed them their actual sites and said, look, I am surprised you're not getting sued for causing people to go into having, what do you call it? Epileptic seizures, because it's like insane. So many different things going on and flashes and crazy stuff and too many calls to action that are bad calls to action. So I want to take that out of their hands.
Yeah, totally. And there was something else I saw pop in there, but I'll get back. I'll answer that privately. But I did want to say something about this idea that we want to be able to build on these kinds of things and have these choices. Ultimately, I mean, one of the things that I think a lot of our folks have had a great amount of success in doing is being able to just start seeing, because I know some of you said you were new, is just being able to start seeing that you can do this. That's huge. Is that it's possible. Like you don't have to be some sort of specialized expert when you just follow the paint by numbers, examples we provide in the training. It's all workshop style. So when you get in and you start going through, you'll see, oh, I can just, I can take these 5 minutes and apply this. And then after you do it a couple times, it gets really easy to do this, and you can start scaling very quickly. And start with doing a vending machines, and then look at other opportunities as you see fit. But either way, and I see a couple of you already doing lead gen. Well, hell, this is perfect for lead gen that you're already doing, and we're including the pay-per-call landlord program to show you how to apply this to that. And we're always looking at ways to push the envelope, and we're always looking at ways to make things faster and easier. And that's the promise you get from us, is when you join the Rockstar family, you really are going to kind of become part of the family, where we're going to help you. We're going to work with you. And when we see new things and better ways of doing things, you're going to learn those too, and you're going to get access to the resources we use to be able to accomplish that. And that's really important distinction I want to make about this, is that we have this great deal for you today, right? We have this amazing deal for you. Now, I'll tell you right now, if today's not the right day for you, it's not the right day for you. That's cool. We're not going anywhere. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're not going. Now, you might not have this deal, might not be available, probably not, but that's cool. Like, it's a great deal, like getting this stuff as you need it, right? It's fine. We're not going anywhere though. We're going to be here. We've been here for 10 years. We're going to be here another 10 years, another 10 years after that, another 10 years after that, until Dan gives me a stroke and I'm not here anymore, right? but we're going to be here a long time. We're not going anywhere. So if you want, if it makes sense to join us today and get this awesome deal, let's do this. Let's make it happen, because we're going to do that. And going back to that original question about redirecting and doing that stuff, guys, you can do that. I mean, we even have a tool that we're about to release inside the member area soon, where it gives you the code to drop in to redirect specific pages at a page level. Not, you don't have to do it at site level. You can just say, hey, I'm just going to do a 301 redirect. That's for the SEO nerds in the group. You know what that means. It's just a redirect to a client site. If you want to do that, you can. I don't ever recommend redirecting the entire thing over, but man, you can take one page that's ranking and redirect it and give them the rank juice if you want to. If you really want to. I only use that personally for my own stuff. That is part of my little network of assets that I own. But we'll show you how to do all that. But anyway,
Exactly.
I want to ask this question though. If you're in, tell us you're in. I saw a bunch you already said, but we want to be able to acknowledge you, at least in the chat there, that welcome you in, and see if you have any questions as you go through there. And if you're not in, tell us what you need to know, because you're still here, so you're on a fence, and that's not good for your crotch to sit on a fence. So I don't care who you are, it's not good for you. So let's figure out how to get you off that fence. It doesn't matter what side you fall on. Let's just figure out, what you need to know to say, yeah, this is me, or no, not yet. That's cool either way. So ask away. This is your chance. We got a few more minutes to answer those questions.
Yep. Okay, cool. Had a good question here. Somebody was asking, is Sparksio or any of the other apps, do I have to download it? Does it work on my Mac? Or I've heard somebody else ask if it works on a PC. Sparksio and all of our apps.
Only on Commodore 64. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, oops. Ah, man, I was trying to hold that back. Only on Intellivision. Sorry, guys. No, Sparksio is all web-based. All of our apps, except for I think one of them, are all web-based. But even that other one, the Rockstar Video Cloner, that actually is, you could download it, and we created it two separate files. One works on Mac, one works on PC. Because we don't feel that it's right for us to say, hey, this only works on one kind of machine. And plus, me and Ben only use Macs ourselves. So that would make it kind of difficult. And we didn't want to keep all the PC people out, right? That ain't cool. So we hook you all up. So no worries on that. So it's for everybody. Let's see. I struggle to find content. Help me. I don't know what to do. Well, that is awesome, because we teach you everything. You can curate content for free. You could hire a writer, but you don't even need to do that all that mess, because we're giving you access to the WordSparker app that lets you create content fast and easy. It is literally like playing Mad Libs. You just fill in a couple fields, and it helps create the content for you. And sometimes you need to touch up a little bit here and there, but man, it comes out really good. We're not talking about some crappy spun article or anything like that, so don't worry about that. And that brings up to the next question, which was, what about duplicate content? If I want to clone these sites over, kind of like how you did in the demos. Well, that is totally fine, because we give you access to WordSparker. We hook you up, which means that you can create custom content over and over and over again. So you don't have to worry about duplicate content. Right, Ben? Exactly.
No worries about duplicate content. Nope.
Nope.
We don't stress about that kind of stuff.
Yep. Had another question about the subdomains. We already answered that. We use subdomains when we get lazy and we just want to test something out, or we're running demos, because it gets kind of pricey, $10 per domain if we're just doing demos, or if we are, and then plus it adds more and more. I think we're over 500. We might be over 1,000 domains by now.
We got a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, can I cut in real quick and do a quick
Yeah.
pop quiz, because I promised some more stuff. So this is some fun. We're gonna have a little fun right now, because we still got quite a few people here, and some people just kind of pondering on the question they want to ask, because we only have a few more minutes. But as you ponder on that question, or I want to congratulate Brian and Gerald. Welcome in. You just chimed in as I saw that pop over there. But I'm gonna ask you real quick. All right. Because I know a couple of you said you were lead gen people, so I'm going to really test you. What is the holy grail of personal injury law? Anybody want to answer that question? What's the holy grail? I want you to think about that movie, Glengarry Glen Ross. They had the coveted Glengarry leads. What are the Glengarry leads of personal injury law? Boom! All right, Jack, you need to put in your PayPal email address right now, because you just got $20 for saying asbestos-related claims. That is correct. Now, going back 1 second, okay? I want to ask this. How much does a personal injury attorney, just generally, pay Google for a click? Well, I'll answer that right now. I'll spare you. It's over $100 for a click. This is just generally. Now, asbestos, I want you guys to feel free to do your own research. You'll find that in most cities, it's over $500 for one click. That's just a click. That's not a lead. That's not a converted lead either. That's just a click. Okay, but we'll just kind of stick with the 100 for now. Okay. Now, I want you to also answer this. If you can deliver better results, all right, than what these types of these personal injury attorneys would pay on Google AdWords, if you can deliver better results than these $500 click or $100 click type deals, if you can deliver better for $10,000 a year, how do you think that would work for you? You think you'd be able to get paid a lot of money for that? You think you'd be able to get that $10,000 pretty easy? If you can deliver better results than what they're paying right now? Absolutely. Sure you can. Now, I'm going to welcome you to the ugliest website I've ever built using the methods you're going to learn. And no, we're not teaching you to build ugly sites. I did this just to prove a point. I think somebody challenged me one day, is like, well, yeah, you're building all these things with all this technology. Like, look, I'm going to build something with old crappy technology to prove that, yeah, I can spend a lot of time using crappy old technology to do it, just because the method works. The method works whether it's ugly or it's pretty. So here's an ugly 1996 style website for Miami personal injury stuff. But here's the money shot, guys. In under 2 hours, I was able to apply the superpower you are able to grab right now by passing Go Now. If you pass Go Now, you're going to acquire the same superpower. In under 2 hours, I was able to dominate for all kinds of asbestos mesothelioma related keywords with that ugly, horrible site. Okay. Now, despite it being ugly, it got all these results that attorneys are paying $100 to $500 plus per click in under 2 hours. So that's pretty cool. And then some, like asbestos lawsuits, mesothelioma lawsuits, even accident injury stuff, and slip and fall related keywords all day long. All right, being able to dominate this in under 2 hours. Now, despite it being an ugly site, would you take it off my hands? Yes or no? Would you take it off my hands? It's ugly as hell. But would you take it off my hands? Yes or no? Despite it being horrible, would you take those results? Would you be able to go sell those results? Do you doubt the ability to make money from those kinds of results? Of course not. Of course you don't doubt. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, that is, people are paying huge amounts. Good answer. I love that. All right, but that's what we're giving you right now. I want you to understand that those of you who are in, that's what you just grabbed. That's the power you just grabbed, and you don't have to build an ugly site. Sparksio builds stunning, beautiful, gorgeous sites all day long. Wait till you see how you can do animated backgrounds and some of the amazing things you can do with it. We don't have to sacrifice beauty for power. Okay, we can have both. We can have it all. So anyway, that was just to illustrate the point that, man, you don't have to grind it out anymore. There's no grinding it out with this. We give you everything you need. There's no excuse that you can ever have now, from getting content to knowing how to figure out niches and keywords, to knowing how to dominate it, and to having all the tools at your fingertips to do the work for you. So there's no reason to have to ever feel like you're hustling and grinding when you can just chill and get it done. That's what this is all about right here. So if you're in, congrats on being in. If you're not in, we're putting up like the 3-minute or 4-minute timer clock here. Last chance to ask your questions.
Yep. All right. Had another question here asking, what if I'm scared to talk to people? Well, we've got affiliate deals and vending machines, baby. So you're all good with that. Got you covered. Let's see. E-com. So somebody was asking about e-com. So with e-com, you can build, your digital billboards, use our training, the Sparksio software to drive more traffic and sales to whatever your e-com offer is. So yes, you can use that. Let's see. Can you sell these sites on Flippa, etc.? Yes, you can. So you control the assets. You can do whatever the heck you want to do with it.
In fact, we are planning on doing a little bit of special training on that topic in the next month or two, I think. So we're actually testing a couple cool things with that ourselves.
Love it. Let's see. Google Map listings. What about with Google Map listings? Well, we've had lots of people report that after building these assets that we're teaching you to build, that their Google Map listings actually ranked higher in the listings. So that's pretty damn awesome. I love that.
And it's there's a specific reason why, because these sites are one of the things that makes them different than the reason this isn't like just using some other web builder tool or some other thing. This is built specifically for this in mind, is that we have an entire structured data or schema data engine built into this that we encourage you in the training to use. Okay, and what that does is that provides those special snippets to the search engine, especially if you're geo located. If you have location tags built in there, which it's not hard. You don't even have to know to code any of these, by the way. It's all kind of built in there for you to use. So what that does is that sends the correct signals to Google to actually treat your pages, if you do it the way we show you, as citations, as powerful citations. And those citations are what help influence map listings. So yes, this can definitely help with map listings.
Nice. Here is a good question. We get this every now and then. Somebody was asking, why don't you lease out the demo sample sites that you show? And there is a very good answer to this, because when we share these demo videos and demo sites and webinar trainings and demo videos that we do,
I've got like 11 emails in my inbox right now from you guys, by the way.
Yeah, on those sample sites. They'll go to like one of our braces sample sites that we show in a city, and they'll just either call the phone number or submit the contact form and just hang up. And in the past, we used to have clients using them, we figured, what the heck, let's use them. And then we would get like calls from them saying, I got people hanging up on me and calling me like if I'm getting good results with this. And they were angry at us. So we couldn't even discount those sites anymore. We just had to say, you know what? We just have to build brand new, fresh demo sites, which is also good too, because it shows that, if we were to show our old demo sites, that would be like 3, 4, 5 years old. Then people would complain and say like, oh, well, those sites have a lot of rank juice, because they've been around for a long time, domain juice, and no. So that's why we want to do, brand new ones every time. Let's see. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Those are kind of our gift to you, so we can show you with it. Because one thing is like you don't know us. Some of you don't know us, never heard of us, and if we're blurring everything out, it's like, oh, this is a client, and you don't really get a benefit of learning. And we're willing to sacrifice some of those demo sites just so we can show you what you're capable of, what is possible.
exactly. Did I miss any questions in here? Because I think I just went through them all. I marked them all. I think. Do you see any other ones? Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
I'm looking. Let's see. Last chance, guys. We got one more minute. Let's see. Oh, good. Congrats. Welcome, man. Welcome. Yes. Okay. There's one question just came in from Brian. He just got in. Let's see. Yes, we do. We do have in our training. Brian was asking if is there anything in our training about what to do if we need to get boosts or to maintain or whatever. Yes, we do have some training in there that shows hey, if you need to kind of give it a little extra love. I mean, that's what a lot of this is about, is giving it a little love when you need to. A lot of times, I'll be honest, a lot of times if you really zero in on it perfectly, the best part is you don't have to. You can, a lot of times we can pretty much do it the one time and we're done, but we do have training and measures of, hey, if I need to just give it a little boost and get a little more there, or hey, it kind of dropped a little bit, last month, we show you what to do. And it's actually not a lot of stuff. It's not hard. A lot of it can be, semi-automated to help you with that. So yes, we do show you how to manage that for sure. Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome, by the way. Welcome. You made a great choice, man. Can't wait to see what you're gonna do next. All right, I think we're good. I want to welcome everybody who's in. Congrats on being in. Have some fun, and we're here to help. Just remember that we're not going anywhere. We're here to help you. So if you're not in, man, this is your shot to get in. Think hard if this is right for you. If it's right for you, you know what to do. Otherwise, guys, I hope this was useful for you all. I hope you guys, got something out of this. Either way, no matter what, because we're always here to serve and to share our best stuff with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed it today. I know I enjoyed hanging with everybody here and seeing you guys all interacting today.
We want to thank all of our partners for everything and inviting everyone.
I got nothing else to add, but guys, this has been Littlefield reminding you to keep on rocking. Woo!
Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right, everybody. Don't forget to be a rock star in your life. Make the world your stage.